Oh, wow.
Boom, boom.
I love karaoke.
Mă întorc la tine iar și iar.
You really don't want to take me to a karaoke night.
Zo doet de vogel en zo doet de vis.
Nothing would be a punishment for the rest of the people.
Cum se întoarce valul tău.
En dan denk ik aan Brabant, want daar is nog brand, nog licht. International students, you will get to know this.
The best thing is when you're singing that and scrubbing the floors.
So I get questioned from students a lot, like, you worked at Google, you worked at the airport, like, how is it possible that you like teaching more? And I actually would choose it every single second. I think it's the most fulfilling thing I've ever done.
Finance is not the easiest subject for most of the students, so where they feel very confused in the beginning and then in the end they manage to pass an exam, that's quite rewarding.
The teacher has the opportunity to inspire students, not only academically but also personally.
Showing our passion for communication is actually what can make students passionate for communication as well.
Okay, promise you won't laugh.
My hero is my father.
My dad. And my mom.
Bruce Lee.
I'm really fond of Garfield. He's very much himself. He is that disturbingly fat cat, but still deep down he has a nice little heart.
Oh, the vibe is so much better.
What I really like about the Han is that there's this really active community. We're like one big family.
I was also once an international student here.
I think the whole combination of people and people coming together, it's like my 5 cents for world peace.
Teaching international students adds so much value, you have no idea.
Last year I had 2 Vietnamese students over. They were really shy. My little boy came in, he doesn't speak English, but he made clear that he wanted to play with the PlayStation. And that broke the ice. So some things are culturally neutral, and all of us had so much fun the rest of the evening.
In India, if you nod, you actually shake your head. So I was a bit confused because the student kept shaking his head, and I thought, well, does he not understand?
My very first job paid was
Selling ice creams.
Working in a bakery.
Cleaning toilets.
professional choreographer. I did Romanian folk dancing for 14 years professionally.
I did dishes in an Italian restaurant and I found out that I had a huge allergy for oregano because I had these big pots that I was cleaning and I had arms like this completely red with rashes.
I pass.
I can't answer the question because there's many. If I don't have that feeling every single day that I leave here, I have done something wrong.
And this Australian student told me that within that 3 weeks here at the Han, he learned more about himself, about life, and about the subjects that we teach than in his 4 preceding years at his university. So that was a huge compliment. We really care for our students, that they're seen as equals, and that's what they really see as a big difference between here and where they come from.
It was in the midst of the corona crisis. We were so busy trying to organize our education online. We were working so hard and we found it so difficult. And then I received an email from one of my students that he could really feel that me and all the staff members had so much commitment to doing the best for the students. And that was really nice to hear that from a student.
There was with one student who was nearly graduated and then got pregnant, and then she didn't see herself graduate anymore. Somehow I got to motivate her to still complete her studies. So in seeing her at the graduation ceremony with her little baby was a very memorable moment.
I actually had WhatsApp from a student of mine saying, "Sir, I haven't heard of you in a long time. Is it everything okay with you? Do you need anything?" Well, I said I'm taking things easily now. It's a different period. And then he said, "Yeah, but I want to be there for you because you've always been there for me when I needed you. I want to be there for you when you need me." And it was heartbreaking.
I was teaching PR class, public relations, and they all had to pitch themselves. I think we had 17 different nationalities. So it was super diverse class, I think the most diverse we had. And one girl in class is always a bit loud, and they all had to do their personal pitch. Everybody could, but she was giving feedback to everyone. And at one moment, one of the girls was doing a presentation, and then afterwards it fell silent. And then I asked the girl who was giving feedback, like, "So why aren't you saying anything?" She said it directly to the other student, We don't really hang out that much after school, but I've seen you grow so much in half a year. I'm just completely stunned and silent right now. And then the girls started to cry. And by the end of that, everybody was giving super personal speeches, but it was so vulnerable, and that for me it was like, that's the essence of connection and therefore communication. For me, that was like, wow. I knew then that I would probably be a teacher for the rest of my life.
Mare de soare. Should I continue?